Good morning, BSc third year students. Now we discuss about the uh, exotic carps. Already I have given information about the indigenous carps. Are this type same exotic carps? All you know the information about the Indian major carps. Indian major carps means these species are found inside the in our countries, that is also known as the inland species. At these types, the second group, which is exotic species. Exotic species means all that species culture famous in the foreign, so it is known as the exotic carps. But these species successful in our country or inland. I this the best examples, which is the grass carp, silver carp, and Cyprinus carpio. One by one we study now the biology of the exotic carps. You know the same systematic position in the Indian carps and exotic carps, only change in the genus and species. What is the systematic position or classification of the exotic carps? Number one, grass carp, phylum, subphylum, class, order, family, genus and species. Students, you know what is the phylum? Phylum Chordata. Subphylum vertebrates. Class Teleostum. It is famous in the freshwater. Order Cypriniformes. Family Cyprinidae. Genus Stenopharyngedon and species Idilla. When you studied the structure of Stenopharyngedon Idilla, it is the famous column feeder fish, that is the grass carp. What is the general characteristics about the grass carp? You know, it is commonly known as the white armor in Russia. It is a famous fish in Russia about the culture in freshwater. It eats short intestine. Eats short intestine. You know the criteria which related to the silver carps, grass carps, and next one is silver carp. Before the mean that is the grass carp, its body is elongated, broad head, reduced snout, and slightly lower jaw, longer upper jaw. Yes, grass carp famous about the remove the weeds or grass in the heavy lake. Heavy lake. It is a very important fish in the biological control of weeds. Yes. Moderately size of the scales, light greenish rings. It is a culturable species and fast growing fish. Culturable and fast growing fish among the exotic carp. Food feeding. Aquatic vegetations, feed on aquatic vegetation. It may be feed on the phytoplanktons and zooplanktons. It is an emergency. It is feed on the fry, but it is the famous in the herbivorous fish. Age and growth. It is an exotic introduced in India. Exotic carp recently introduced in India. Fast growing fish, fast growth of this fish. It attained 22 to 27 mm in 15 days, and 3 years it attained 4 to 7 kg. It's fast growing fish among the Indian major carps, mineral the its maturity and spawning. Maturity means ready for the mature and ready for the spawning. Spawning period, it is a very important in the found in the season, that is the related to the fecundity. Its fecundity is very fast and maximum 3,80,000 to 6,18,000. Yes, its weight may be 4 to 7 kg. It is mature in first year. Yes, and this species capture with the help of gears and crafts, which is the gill net, cast net, trap net, bag net. This is famous in the fresh water, operate in the fresh water. Next fish, silver carp. It is commonly known as the Hypothalamicus maltrix. Shortly, it is known as S. maltrix. Same classification, but only in change in the genus and species. Genus H. maltrix, H. hypothalamicus, and species maltrix. Yes, this species famous in fresh water. It is commonly known as the silver carp. What is the general characteristics about the silver carp? It is native of China. You know that China is quite famous model, that is the native of China and just introduced in India. It is important culturable species in the polyculture. Polyculture is nothing but more than two species culture in water or pond or water body, that is known as polyculture. Means it is a successful characteristics about the polyculture, that is the silver carp, H. maltrix. It is a nutritive food, so it is a famous about the nutritive food fish. It is surface feeder. It take all the food in the surface region. Barbels are absent. Color silvery. Lateral line curved, continuous up to the base of the caudal fin, means anterior posterior lateral line. What is the important characteristics about the food feeding? It is food on the phytoplanktons. It is also food on the zooplanktons. It is a carnivorous fish, and it is spawn in June to September and July to October. What is the criteria about the age and growth? Each and every species grow stepwise, first year, second year, third year, respectively. Before the first year, it grow 15 to 13 mm in 15 days. What is the criteria about the growth of the fishes? That is the silver carp. First year it grow 150 mm, second year 900 mm, and third year 1800 mm respectively. Silver carp, its weight 4,200 gram at the end of first year, and these criteria may be respectively first year, second year, and third year. The silver carp mature within year, maybe that is the 11th year, months within year, month 11 month mature, And maturity stages, sexual maturity, first year takes maturity stages takes place in first year, second year, and these types. What is the criteria about the fecundity of the egg laying capacity, that is known as the fecundity? Total fecundity of ranging the weight 8 to 3 to 8 kg found of the ovary form 1,45,000, giving of an average of the egg per gram of body weight. Silver carp capture with the help of fishery. It is captured with the help of craft and gears. It may be famous freshwater capturing cast net, gill net, bag net, etc. What is the criteria about the Cyprinus carpio? The systematic position is same, because freshwater fish is only the change in the genus and species, Cyprinus genus and carpio species. What is criteria about the general characteristics? It is a native of temperate region of Central Asia. Body, it is stout and slightly compressed. Body moderately soft. Lower side belly broad and flattened at the dorsal fin reach up to the tail. It is also famous, or commonly it is known as the mirror carp. It is moderately triangular, stout, obviously rounded. Scales are large, orangely inserted. Two pairs of maxillary barbils are present. Two pairs of maxillary barbils found in the Cyprinus carpio. The dorsal fin is large, caudal fin is forked. Its geographical distributions it is not native of India. It has been introduced to the mountain region of Nilgiri ranges from China, Southeast Asia. What is the criteria about the food feeding? It is omnivorous fish, means feed on the herbivorous and carnivorous. So that is the omnivorous fish famous. It is a bottom feeder, means it feed on the, which may be that is the bottom region, mud particles, some insects, larvae, and protozoans, just as the rotifers, Daphnia, Euglena present inside the bottom region of the water. When in the adult, it feed on the insects. Majority these species feed on the crustaceans and eggs and larvae. What is the criteria about the age and growth of this Cyprinus carpio, common carp? Its fry length 26 mm in 20 days. Fit people survival species. Means mortality rate is very high. The average weight 1 to 2 kg 1 year, and cultured various ponds of India. It is found in various ponds, lakes in the Indian region. What is the criteria about the fecundity? Its fecundity means egg laying capacity. Fecundity is about 2 lakh ova. 6 months Attitude almost it's for the spawn throughout the year, peak including in the rainy season or winter season. Common carp culture with the help of captured with the help of some gill nets, cast net, and floating nets, drag net. These etc. These are the famous nets used for the capturing the species.